Hi honeys, it's your queen bee. So I just wanted to do a little story time for you guys. Now, I know a lot of people don't really watch me who know me personally. I know a lot of you guys are just like strangers on the internet, and that's completely fine with me. I am like a very open person, and I just like I don't know, I just thought that I would tell the story because I just want people to learn from my mistakes. So I don't really have an order as to how I want to tell like any of my stories on here. I'm just gonna do it like by I guess whatever I feel is right for the time. So I had a couple I was gonna do today, but I think I'm gonna stick with one for this video at least. I'm gonna tell you guys why I didn't go to my freshman homecoming. I absolutely love dances. I went to like several like daddy daughter dances and just like we had one in 6th grade at my school, and then we had one I think there was like just random dances like just whenever. I love dances. I love dressing up for dances. I love just everything about them. I think that they are very romantic. I think that they are just like very fun, especially if you are around the right people. Now, with that in mind, I love just being around people. And I think in middle school, it was like, I don't know, I just kind of branched out a little bit more than what I had in like younger years. And I had met some people, some really great friends. But then I met someone who wasn't so great, and I don't want to touch base on a whole lot of that because I'm only going to explain what happened my freshman year for homecoming because I have way too many stories and they are very long. So to keep these like hopefully under 5 minutes or like at least 10, I'm just going to tell you what happened in various scenarios. So I had been dating this guy for I think at that time it was like 2 years and maybe even a little bit more, maybe like 2.5 or something. I can't remember exactly, but I just remember it was around fall, around homecoming. I wanted to go to the homecoming dance, but the boyfriend I was with at the time, I call him my ex, and everyone knows who I'm talking about when I say my ex. So he was a terrible person. And without getting into too many details, because the story is gonna like shed some light on how he was, I asked him if we can go, and a lot of guys, make little homecoming proposals and stuff. I never got one from this year, anyways, and he said I don't want to go. I want to just hang out instead. So I was like, okay, cool. We can just have like a little romantic day or whatever. I just always try to think the best of people. I don't jump to conclusions and say that they are going to be the worst. I guess I'm just kind of blindsided by my own high hopes for people. And yes, so with all the crummy things he's ever done to me in the past, you would think that I would have, in 2020's hindsight vision, seen where this was going, but I didn't. So the day came, it was like a week before or something, and he had been talking about getting like a suit and everything and like dressing up, and I was like, oh, we're gonna dress up for our date. So I think like the Friday before I dressed up, and I was like, it kind of looked like a homecoming dress. Now that I think about it, I could have worn it as a homecoming dress, but it was just a little dress that I had bought along with one of my friends. We were actually going to either of us like wear it. It was just whoever like wore it better, I guess, or like could fit in it better, bought it, and I ended up being able to fit in it, so I bought it, and I wore it. And then the day comes where it's homecoming, so of course they don't let you in unless you bought a ticket previously, and ticket sales in like I think a couple days before. So you can't buy them at the door. I text my boyfriend, my ex at the time. I text my ex, who was my boyfriend at the time, and I say, okay, so what do you want to do? If you don't want to go dance, because we can't now, what do you want to do? So he actually says that he's busy and that he has plans, and I'm like, okay. So all my friends go, and I don't. And I was really sad. So my mom took me out and we got ice cream and we sat at the park, and she just asked me what was wrong, and I told her exactly everything, that he didn't want to go to the dance. I really wanted to go, but now I can't. and just that he blew me off. She was like, okay, well, that sucks. So we just had like a little girls' day and everything. We went shopping. And then the next day, after homecoming's over and after everyone's had their parties and stuff, I find out that, well, okay, I didn't find out immediately, but some people I was talking to told me that he was there, and I didn't believe them. I said, no, he couldn't have been there. Whenever we had broke up, it was on our 3-year anniversary, I broke up with him on Valentine's Day, and I was like, I'm done, I can't take this anymore. And then I find out it was like, I think a year after that from people that went, because they said that was the best homecoming ever, and I already went to one for sophomore year, and I found out he went, and I did not go, because he didn't want me to go, and he didn't want me to hang out with my friends that were going, and it just sucked. So, homecoming, freshman year, I didn't go, so obviously, and it was the first year that they had ever done it in the cafeteria, because the floors were all like screwed up because rain had warped them. So that summer they had to put in new floorboards, but I don't think they got them done until like the end of freshman year. And we all had to do everything like outside, like all the PE classes were all like just messed up for that year. And I remember everyone was like, this was the best homecoming ever, and I was like, great. And I think it was Jurassic Park themed, and I remember dressing up for the Spirit Weeks with my friend, and it was, I don't know. I just really wished I could have gone, but I didn't, and I hold that in my heart dearly because I really regret not going. I'm trying not to cry. I know that sounds very stupid, but it did hurt a lot. Anyways, so after that happened, and after I was with my last boyfriend, and I, figured out everything that happened, and I figured out why. Because, he really just didn't like me. He was just using me, and that was sucky. So, without making this video even more longer, I guess, I just wanted to let you guys know, if someone ever says that they don't want to go somewhere with you, and you really want to go without them. They are not worth it. I don't care how old you are. If someone says, I don't want to go to a dance or the pool or just something like that, go without them. You don't need them. Back then I was very dependent upon people, like especially the guys I would date, and I have found that you don't need guys to be happy. I'm in a happier relationship right now, but I don't see him every day, and I'm completely fine with that because I like just doing my own thing and like just doing all my stuff. I get to paint more, I get to just read, I get to play my video games just in peace. But yes, I just wanted to let you guys know that no one can control you. You are your own person. Don't let anyone ever let you down, or get you down anyways. And always go to that first year dance. Like, I wish I would have gone, so this is something I'm going to have to live with. Anyways, without too much in my soapbox, I'm stepping down, and I just want to let you guys know that I love you very dearly, and I think with all that being said, don't forget to like this video if you did. If you don't, then I don't care, don't like it. Make sure to subscribe with those notifications on because I post videos every single day except for the weekends. And make sure to follow my TikTok, my Twitter, my Instagram if you want to keep up to date with all of my stuff. And I think now, with all that being said, thanks for stopping by. Love you.